سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. قال الله العظيم في محكم كتابه: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: أجعلتم سقاية الحاج وعمارة المسجد الحرام كمن آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وجاهد في سبيل الله لا يستوون عند الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. When I am asked to speak about this man, this is a great man, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, it seems that one of the most difficult tasks. There are many angles for this personality, and there are many qualities for this man, and sometimes you do not know where to get to him from, which angle you tackle, and which quality you speak about. Do you talk about his humility? Do you talk about his unique knowledge? Do you talk about his piety and his devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What do you talk about? It is so challenging to do justice to any subject related to this person, no matter how due diligent you are. I thought I would talk a little bit about Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, not as a Khalifa, not as a companion of the Prophet, not as a hero, world hero. I would like to talk about Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib as a human, a true human. Though he was overwhelmed with so many tasks imposed on him by his position as the Khalifa. And when I say Khalifa, my dear brothers and sisters, you need to reflect a little bit on what that word means. He was the absolute ruler of a country that is equivalent to 58 countries in modern day politics. A vast country that stretches all the way to China in the east and to Morocco in the west. From Turkey in the north all the way to Aden in Yemen in the south. Such vast country, such vast empire. And the Imam was the absolute ruler of that great empire. Yet, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam always displayed the quality of a true human in his humility, in his approach to the needy, to the underprivileged, to the poor, to the orphans, to the widows. This man, no matter how mighty, how powerful he was, he will be melting down when he sees an orphan, when he confronts a widow struggling with end meet. He would have his tears flowing on his cheek when he finds someone vulnerable, and weak. That's why his mantra was, when he became the Khalifa, القوي عندي ضعيف حتى آخذ الحق منه والضعيف عندي قوي حتى آخذ الحق له. No one at all should feel so immune, no matter how mighty he is, when it comes to Ali alayhi salam applying justice, serving justice, that the most powerful person would feel so weak in front of his justice, and the most vulnerable person, due to Ali's justice, would feel the most powerful. That was his mantra in life, to always be a help to those who have no help, always to be a support for those who have no support in the society. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam was known as Qali' Bab Khaybar, the one who with one strike was able to take the gate, the huge gate of Khaybar's castle, to take it out. Something that many people were not able to achieve. Imam Ali alone was capable of doing that, from moving the huge gate by himself. That's how powerful Imam Ali was. Imam Ali was known to be the most courageous man in the battlefield, that no person at all was able to overwhelm Imam Ali. No one can knock him down in the battlefield, but one thing would knock him down: if he sees an orphan crying. That is what brings his tears to his eye. ما إن بكيت لشيء قد رزيت به كما بكيت على الأيتام في الصغر. Nothing brings my tear as much as orphans do. ما إن بكيت لشيء قد رزيت به كما بكيت على الأيتام في الصغر. قد مات والدهم من كان يكفلهم بالنائبات وفي الأسفار والحضر. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, as a Khalifa, as the absolute ruler of the Muslim state, was walking one day in the street when he noticed there is a widow walking next to him, struggling to carry the heavy bucket of water that she had on her head. Imam Ali alayhi salam rushed to her help. Without knowing him, she told Imam Ali, I would appreciate if you help me with carrying the bucket. The Imam took the bucket of water wholeheartedly, and he walked with her. As he was walking with her to her house, he told her, Amat Allah, where is your husband? Why you do this? Why you have to carry this heavy bucket of water? Your husband should do this. Let him handle this hard work. She says, I lost my husband in the battle of Siffin, and I am the only caregiver to my family. I have 4 orphans. And then she said something that broke the heart of Ali ibn Abi Talib. She says, لا سامح الله عليا. May God not forgive Ali ibn Abi Talib. He forgot all about me. And instead of being offended for what she said, Imam Ali alayhi salam, the conscientious man, the kind-hearted leader, started sobbing with her. And he decided to come to her house. After arriving into her house and delivering the bucket of water, he told her, "Give me, Amat Allah, give me some time. Let me go and get you some food." Imam Ali alayhi salam goes and comes back with a huge bag of wheat, and he enters the house. She still doesn't know him. She does not recognize him. This is Ali ibn Abi Talib you had just criticized. Imam Ali came into the house watching her orphans. He offered one of the two. He told her, "Amat Allah, either let me handle the kids and keep them amused while you bake the bread for them, or I can do that. I can bake the bread for you and your kids, and you handle the children." She says, "Ya Abdullah, أنا أرأف بالأطفال منك. I know how to handle the kids. Let me babysit for my own kids. You bake the bread." He says, "Fine." Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam went to the tannoor, to the oven. He lit it up. And he started preparing the tannoor for baking bread for this lady and her children. And as the fire was sparking from the tannoor, it almost hit his face, and the Imam would feel the heat of the fire. And the Imam alayhi salam says to himself, "ذُقْ يا علي ذُقْ يا علي حر النار لإهمالك هذه المرأة الأرملة." Taste the heat of this fire. Taste it. He's speaking to himself. Taste the fire for your negligence toward this widow, for not taking care of this widow and her orphans. At that time, a lady came to this widow's house, and for her surprise, she found Ali ibn Abi Talib baking the bread for this lady. She goes to her and she tells her, "Do you know who this guy is?" She says, "I don't know. He seems a good person. He found me overwhelmed with my tasks, with my responsibilities with those children, and he decided to come and help me." The neighbor told the widow, "ألا تعلمين أن هذا علي بن أبي طالب في بيتك?" Don't you know this is Ali ibn Abi Talib? This is Amir al-Mu'mineen baking bread at your house. The lady was so terrified, the widow. She knew what she said a few minutes ago. She knew the insult she made to Ali ibn Abi Talib. And now she was so terrified what the consequences could be. She insulted the man who leads this country, the absolute ruler. She insulted him, and he's baking bread for her and for her children. She says she comes hurrying, rushing, running to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. قالت وحيائي منك يا أمير المؤمنين. How embarrassed I am from you, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. I did not know that you are Amir al-Mu'mineen. He told her, وحيائي منك يا أمة الله. I am so embarrassed from you. How would this happen in my country? How would this ever happen? A widow with orphans, I would not know about her. And she would remain for weeks not receiving any help from me, from Ali ibn Abi Talib. That would never happen in the dictionary of Ali ibn Abi Talib. This will never happen with Ali ibn Abi Talib. that he would neglect a widow overwhelmed with her orphans. قال وحيائي أنا منك يا أمة الله. I'm so embarrassed. She says, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, now I ask you to stop baking the bread. Let me do it. He says, no. Go back to your work. Go take care of the kids. Go and babysit for your kids. And I will do this for you. I will bake the bread for your orphans. And I will be honored to do that. This is Ali ibn Abi Talib. Al-Insan. The true human. A man who takes oath in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying, Wallahi law u'titu al-aqalim as-sab'ata bima tahta aflakiha ala an a'si Allah fi namlatin aslibuha jilba sha'iratin ma fa'alt. If I am given the world as an award, if I am given the entire world as an award, so I would hurt an ant, not by killing the ant, rather by denying her parcel, her food. I would never do that. Never do that. Why? Because Ali ibn Abi Talib is very conscientious that he would not indulge not only in any injustice against the human beings, but even against an ant, namla. That's how great Imam Ali is. That's how affectionate he is. He is walking one day in the street of Kufa when another scene struck him. What scene? A scene of an elderly man in his 70s or 80s sitting in a corner begging for some cash. When the Imam saw that, he was so furious and so upset. قال ما هذا? What is this? What is this? Some people tried to calm him down. قالوا يا أمير المؤمنين إنه رجل نصراني. He is a Christian man begging. What's the big deal? The Imam says, I did not say who is this. I said, what is this? I don't care if he is a Christian. I don't care if he is Jew. Isn't he a human being? Isn't he a human being? So what if he's a Christian? لقد استعملتموه قويا ونبثتموه ضعيفا. When he was strong, you used his labor, you used his muscle. Now that he is elderly, now that he no longer can support himself, you toss him away and you tell me he's a Christian? أجروا عليه من بيت المال. Give him from the treasury of Muslims. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib doesn't care if the poor is a Christian or Jew, as long as the poor is a human being, because he cares about human beings. He cares about the poor and about the needy, regardless of their religious identity. He doesn't care. And this is a lesson for us, my dear brothers and sisters, as Muslims. When we are asked to help the poor, we shouldn't say Muslim or not Muslim. Is it in Lebanon and Iraq or no? If it's in Lebanon and Iraq and Saudi Arabia, I do help. But if it's somewhere else, I don't care. This is not what Islam taught us, my dear brothers and sisters. Islam taught us to care for every soul, for every human being. Read the Quran, my dear brothers and sisters. What does Allah say in the Quran? Allah says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا what? Bani Adam. He didn't say, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Allah didn't say, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا الشِّيعَةِ. He says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. I have honored the humans, not only Muslims. Every human being is honored by God and therefore deserves help. And therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold us accountable if we fail. Let's learn from Ali ibn Abi Talib how he would dedicate his time for the poor and for the needy and for the vulnerable. Again, one day the Imam alayhi salam is walking the street of Kufa. And that was something he would do routinely, almost every single day. The Imam walks in the street just to look for anything unusual, anything that deserves his attention. If the intelligence services are not telling him about certain things, he needs to see that with his own eyes. He needs to search for the truth, unfiltered. The Imam alayhi salam is walking in the street when he sees a young woman sitting in the street crying. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib approached her. Many of us may act insensitive over any scene of distress. شو خصني أنا? Someone is crying? شو خصني أنا? Have her call 911. No. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. If you see someone crying, you have a responsibility to approach that person. What's wrong? How can I help? It is not an Islamic attitude to say, ما خصني. I don't care. Let them call 911. Ali ibn Abi Talib would not do that. When Imam Ali alayhi salam saw this lady, he approached her. ما بالك يا أمة الله? What's wrong? Why are you crying? And how I can help? She says, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, I have a very abusive husband who beats me every day. And he's beaten me today, and he kicked me out of the house. And I have nowhere to go. I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here crying because I have no place to go. The Imam says to her, Amat Allah, walk in front of me. Let's go to your house. I will come myself to solve this issue. He did not send her with some of his lieutenants or his secretaries or his guards. No. The Imam, despite his overwhelming schedule, he decided to go with her. She's leading the way and the Imam is walking behind her till they get to the house. The Imam knocked at the door. A man came out and the Imam is speaking with him with so much humility. He says, Ya Abdullah, this is your wife. I urge you to allow her to come back and try to reconcile and try to treat her with love and respect. The man does not know Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Again, he could not recognize him. When he heard that, he acted just like some man in Dearborn acts today. When I call them, rebuking them for the way they treat their spouses, أنت ما خصك. أنا أعرف المسألة. أنت ما تتدخل. This is their answer. This is their typical answer. When the Imam spoke to this man, this unwise person came out from his house, and he pushed the Imam in his heart, in his chest. وَمَا شَأْنُكَ وَهَذِهِ الْمَرَأة? Why do you interfere between me and my wife? It's not your business. It's not your business. The Imam did not say a word. He just kept on looking at him. Now, Malik al-Ashtar was passing by, and he saw the Imam, and he came and greeted the Imam. Assalamu alayka ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Another guy came, a third one, a fourth one. The whole government now is at the door of this guy. Everybody sees Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. They come and salute him and stand next to him. And then the man says, what's going on here? They told him, someone told him, you don't know this is Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib? This is the Khalifa? He says, wow, I messed up. I really messed up today. He came to Imam Ali apologizing. Please, irda anni, ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Please forgive me. The Imam says, and I will take care of my wife. The Imam says to him, إني أرضى عنك ما أرضيت عنك خالقك. If you let God be happy with you, I will be happy with you. Don't worry about me. You need to keep God happy by not mistreating your wife. But if you mistreat your wife and you abuse her, you shall not come to me and ask me for forgiveness. Only ask me for forgiveness when you treat her well and you ask Allah for forgiveness. This is the Imam alayhi salam. This is a man who had such a kind heart. No one was as brave as he was in the battlefield, but he was full of love, affection, and compassion. He was a man who would do everything in his power to help the poor and to help the needy. He would do everything. He would go out of his way to accommodate people. He says, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib says, in Nahj al-Balagha, وَلَوْ شِئْتْ لَاهْتَدَيْتُ الطَّرِيقَ إِلَى مُصَفَّى هَذَا الْعَسَلِ وَنَسَائِجِ هَذَا الْقَزْ وَلُبَابِ هَذَا الْقَمْحِ. He says, I can have the best life I want. I am the Khalifa. I can eat the best food. I can wear the best outfit. ولكن هيهات أن يقودني جشعي إلى تخير الأطعمة ولعل بالحجاز أو اليمامة من لا عهد له بالشبع أو لا طمع له بالقرص أو أكون كما قال القائل وحسبك داء أن تبيت ببطنة وحولك أكباد تحن إلى القد أقنع من نفسي أن يقال لي أمير المؤمنين ولا أشاركهم في مكاره الدهر وجشوبة العيش. I will not fool myself. I will not call myself Khalifa when my people are suffering. He says, وَحَسْبُكَ دَاءً. The biggest virus that can strike you is not coronavirus, my dear brothers and sisters. It's not HIV virus, according to Ali ibn Abi Talib. The worst virus can hit someone is when I become insensitive toward people suffering. When I see the poor and I don't care. When I see the orphans and I don't care. And when I see people suffering and I say, "Ana ma khasni, alhamdulillah, I'm enjoying myself, my money, my family, my house, my car." Imam Ali alayhi salam, then you need to know if that's the case with you, you are very diseased. Big disease. If I feel that way, insensitive toward people's hardship and suffering, I will be diseased. I need to see a doctor. I need to see doctor for not being sensitive, for being indifferent. من أصبح ولا يهتم بأمور المسلمين فليس بمسلم. You think it is enough for me to say I'm Muslim? I prayed, I fasted, I paid my khums, I went to Hajj, and alhamdulillah I'm okay. No. No, I have another responsibility. When there is one person in the community suffering and I can help, and I choose not to help, Allah will hold me accountable. When I see people suffering, when I see people in pain and I can help them and I choose not to help them, I need to see a doctor. My dear brothers and sisters, I can go on and on and on and on and talk about this man. What can I say? What can I say? A Christian man was overwhelmed with the beauty and nobility of Ali ibn Abi Talib, that he once said, لا تقل شيعة هواة علي. Do not call the lovers of Ali ibn Abi Talib Shia. What do you mean Shia? لا تقل شيعة هواة علي إن في كل منصف شيعية. Every person with conscience, with reasonable mind, would gravitate to this man, would fall in love with him. How you can see this beauty of Ali ibn Abi Talib and you do not fall in love with him? How you can see this man radiating nobility, generosity, sacrifice, and you don't love him? I must be truly sick if I am not affected by this man, if I do not fall in love with him. Because his beauty would compel every human being to fall in love with him, to gravitate to him. لا تقل شيعة هواة علي إن في كل منصف شيعية. هو فخر التاريخ لا فخر شعب يدعيه ويصطفيه وليا. فلئن لم يكن علي نبيا فلقد كان خلقه نبويا. If Ali is not a prophet, then his attitude was prophetic, for sure. فلئن لم يكن علي نبيا فلقد كان خلقه نبويا. يا سماء اشهدي ويا أرض قري أنني ذكرت عليا. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear brother